Did I ever think I'd be here on this big lot, a producer?
Who's that woman talking to Dwayne?
A director?
Drop his ass.
A star? A choreographer? A mother? Absolutely.
To have a career as long as mine, it takes tenacity. You can't work the way I do if you're not passionate about what you're doing.
These people have poured their heart and soul into making this show work.
Debbie Allen Show opened on Broadway this evening. The show is an absolute smash.
She's thinner than ever.
She's thinner than ever.
Singing on key now.
Singing on key now.
Legs go up higher than...
Legs go up higher.
The Image Award goes to, you're right, Debbie Allen.
When I did Fame, there was only 2 women. And how I became a director on Fame was most of the directors didn't know how to shoot dance. But I remember this director one day, he actually patted me on my butt. I said, listen, honey, by the time I got through sassing him, I was calling action, cut.
We're here. It's happening. The day has come.
You've got big dreams. You want fame. Well, fame costs. And right here is where you start paying in sweat. I want to see sweat. And the better you are, the more sweat I'm going to demand. So if you never had to fight for anything in your life, put your gloves on and get ready for round 1. And Mama and Daddy's little darlings had better come out swinging.
When I got the opportunity to come to Hollywood to do a show based on the movie that I had played a very small part in, and to be the choreographer and to be the creative, I didn't know it was going to be as big as it was, but it was,
Yeah.
I knew I had an opportunity to be the creative spine of something.
Yeah.
I said, let's go, let's do it. So I took the leap and took a bunch of gypsies from New York with me, and we came to LA. We kicked a lot of ass because I remember the first time I had to audition for Fame.
Come on.
And nobody knew me really at all. And I had done a couple of things, but nobody really knew me.
Not yet.
Those girls were coming in there with those high heels, those leotards cut up to their almost, and there I was in tennis shoes. And I gave them their first step. Bam, bam, turn, bop, bop, drop, and go. And so half of them walked out. Walked out. But the ones that stayed, they were the divas. And it just started from there. It started from there.
How did that "you're gonna pay in sweat" line, was it on the page when you read it? Yeah. Did you feel like, oh, this is it? This is a moment? Because I think about those iconic moments in movies and in television that people just always remember. It really is, to me, I would equate it with Betty Davis's, like, fasten your seatbelts. It's gonna be a fucking night, To me, like you're gonna pay and sweat. Everybody's so familiar with it, and it just meant something. What was it about that line and that character that resonated with people, do you think, so much?
I think Lydia Grant, she was always a real person. She was a Black woman by virtue of who she was. She didn't have to lean on it. She didn't have to even talk about it. She was that.
Yeah.
And she would bring it, and she was tough love. That was, she was birthed out of Debbie Allen. There's a part of me that is that. But I think they loved her, and they loved the spirit of the dance that she brought alive every week. When I took the show, I wasn't supposed to be dancing that much. They said it's going to be about the kids. I said, I'm good with that. I'm okay. I don't have an ego.
Wow.
But of course, there I was out dancing all of them, so we were dancing together. We were dancing together. And so,
wow.
She was dancing into the world's hearts, but she was taking this, you saw me molding these kids, which is what I'm doing in real life right now with my academy.
Yes.
It's what I'm doing in real life, molding these children. And it was going on off screen as more than it was even on screen.
Shout out to Debbie Allen's Dance Academy, by the way. If you're not following it, please follow Debbie Allen's Dance Academy data. I know a lot of people that come up and that, and it's funny because my mom put me in tap and jazz and dance as a young person. I did not stick with it because it is, you got to be disciplined, but I remember having to get my tap shoes, my ballet shoes, and all that kind of stuff. And so I think it definitely instilled something in me.